This is Jeffrey Paul Ross here for nextlevelguitar.com. Today we're going to work on what's known in blues and R&B circles as a tramp groove, kind of like a New Orleans funky type groove, in the style of Lowell Folsom and Freddie King. We're going to be in the key of G. And once again, I'm using my Vero amp with the tremolo on it. As like I've said in previous lessons, is my favorite tremolo circuit that I've ever heard. So you might want to check that out at some point. So we're in the key of G, and we're going to be utilizing this G7th chord. Yeah, we're going to use this G7th chord. We're going to be in and around it. So that's our home base right there. And that groove is generally known as the tramp groove, or some might call it a boogaloo beat. And let's see if we can discuss that further. Yeah, let's try it like that. And this groove was popular in the mid-60s. A lot of soul and R&B groups used it. Or you can... There's a Junior Walker and the All-Star song called Shotgun that kind of utilizes this groove. But there, I mean, this, like I said, there's a lot of recordings, especially it came out of New Orleans and Texas and stuff that use that groove. But we're going to work on this little pattern here. So we'll start with that. And once again, we're in the key of G. Now we're going to start down here on the 3rd fret on the D string with our first finger. On the F note, 7th note. And what we're going to do, we're going to hammer on with our 3rd finger a whole step to the G note. And we're on the D string. Then we come down to the 3rd fret on the G string. Then back to that note. So just practice that a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to jump down to this high G note on the high E string on the 3rd fret with our first finger. And then we're going to jump back to this note on the G string on the 3rd fret. Now, at this point I want to stop and discuss my right hand, because I'm doing that kind of, you hear that kind of sputter. I'm not just going, there's like a pop and a sputter to it. Sometimes referred to as chicken picking, like James Burton, Don Rich.
Albert Collins?
Albert Collins uses that. And it's where you're actually pulling the string up and letting it slap against the fretboard. You're plucking it. Yeah, that's why they call it chicken pick. Okay, so we got that far. And then we resolve back on that first G note there on the D string. And then immediately we're going to hit the G note on the 3rd fret on the low E string. And It's almost like it's pushed or anticipated. Yeah. And then we're going to play this rhythm with that G7. And I'm adding a note there, so. So. And now we're going to play that lick again. And we're going to go to a C7 chord. So. And back to the G7. And then we're going to play the lick again. Now this time we're going to end the lick with a, so we're going to go, now see the way we normally been doing, we've been ending on this lick, on this note. But now we're going to hit that note, but we're going to pull it, a whole step off with our third and first finger. And then we're going to hit this D note on the A string on the 5th fret. And we're going to hit that note, that D note, and we're going to play a D7 chord and play that rhythm. End it any way you want, but you can do something like that, a C bar chord, and then a G bar chord. When I come back to that G bar chord, my second finger here is kind of hammering on. Here's what we do. Go down to a C7, then let's try it like that. D7 down to C7. Now we're going to do this little blues lick. That's a little double stop, and we're on the G and the B string, third and second fingers. On the 7th and 6th fret. 7th fret G string, 6th fret B string. And we're going to slide up. Now with our third finger on the G string, down a whole step. Then with our first finger, down another whole step. And then we're going to resolve it on that G string on the 5th fret on the D string. Actually, we're going to go down there first. First finger on the 3rd fret on the D string. Then we'll hit that G string, G note. And then end it like that. So it'd be like... Now we're going to try the whole thing from stem to stern, regular speed here. So. So once again, this has been Jeffrey Paul Ross for nextlevelguitar.com, where we do have over 950 examples of various types of guitar lessons, from beginners, intermediate, on up through advanced. So we'll see you next time.